Guten Tag and welcome to another episode of Cape and Cowl Unlimited. I'm your host Alex Burns and I'm joined with Stephen Carter.
Hello.
It's 2016, so I hope your New Year's going well so far. We've got a lot to look forward to this year.
Yes, we do.
So we're talking about the top 10 most anticipated movies that are coming out this year. Yeah, it's an impressive list, and we're gonna
a huge list.
Yeah, we're gonna split this into two parts because it's huge. So we're dealing with the first 5 on that list, and to kick things off, might be a bit of a surprise to you guys. You might not even know about this film actually existing, but Legend of Tarzan is coming out, man, and it looks awesome. It's got Alexander Skarsgård from True Blood, Margot Robbie. She's a star that's just on the rise ridiculously at the moment.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson, Christopher Waltz. This on paper is looking awesome. I'm a big fan of the daring do, those old sort of classical sort of swashbuckling tales and stuff like that. I love that kind of stuff. So really excited. Plus,
it's not really an origins film either, is it? It's not like a retelling of the story,
No, not at all. It's so this is set after Tarzan's been found and discovered and inherited his fortune as Lord Greystoke and everything like that. But it's about a situation that gets him back to the Congo, back to Central Africa. And David Yates is directing. We know him from the last sort of Deathly Hallows Harry Potter movies. And he's no stranger to handling big budget entertainment. This isn't quite that kind of $300 million movie like the Harry Potter films. But it's looking awesome. The trailer was released. It looks visually stunning. This seems like a more sort of fantasy orientated Africa. And I can't wait to see it. There's apes, there's tribes. He's fighting like these dudes covered in leopard skins and stuff like that. It's going to be huge. There's a lot to be excited about. And I can't wait for that one. That's my pick. But on to one of yours. Yes,
for one of mine, one that's coming up quite early in the year is Deadpool. A lot of fans are going to be looking forward to this one. It definitely seems to be one made for the fans, especially since it's got its R rating. So not one for the small kiddies. No. Lots of bad naughty language.
See it anyway.
But yeah, Ryan Reynolds is back. So I mean, you've been sort of sceptical about this guy, haven't you?
Well, I mean, Ryan Reynolds. I can't think of a movie I've enjoyed of his in a long time.
No.
I'm struggling to think of one ever, and that's not a slight to him. He doesn't direct it and stuff, but I don't know. He's made a lot of promises with this movie. Yeah, you're hoping he delivers.
Well, yeah. I mean, back when we had the abortion that was Wolverine Origins, that was quite a horrific film, and obviously it's something that Fox demonstrated that if they don't care about the franchise, that's something they can regurgitate. Yeah. But something that one of the small things that came out of that was Ryan Reynolds' performance as Wade Wilson was incredibly strong. And I think that's what got fans going for him trying to get into another Deadpool, get another shot of the actual hero franchise, really. I mean, the second trailer was released over Christmas. It's just getting me more and more excited, to be honest.
I have to say, I've been impressed with a lot of the promotional materials, the spoofs on other movies that are coming out. His toilet humour is great. I'm hoping it sticks because there's a lot of Deadpool fans out there, and I know they're a passionate group. So let's hope it lofts it. It'll be interesting to see how this fits in the wider X-Men world, and he breaks the fourth wall as well. So
well, that's a staple for Deadpool. Really, you'd expect him to break the fourth wall all the time. He does so in the comics. He even references other comics as well, not necessarily in the Marvel's sort of realm of things. I mean, the humour, when you look at the trailers, it looks very reminiscent of almost possibly going back towards the Blade Trinity, that film when Ryan Reynolds was in there.
Which wasn't that great either, Steve.
It wasn't great, but I'm talking about a humour level
performance,
sort of thing.
He's churned in good performance, Ryan Reynolds, so hopefully he can dish out one here. But here's one that's got... It's just gonna blow your mind, man. Bourne 5.
Yes.
Bourne 5, man. So good. I mean, huge Bourne Identity fan. Identity Supremacy, even Legacy kind of was okay. I didn't mind the whole Jeremy Renner thing. It was not as good, obviously, which is why they're returning back to Matt Damon and Paul Greengrass directing.
Of course. Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't actually have a title yet, so it is just the untitled fifth Bourne movie. If you go on IMDb or something like that, and why this is on a list is just because of the proven quality of those previous movies. Do you know the last time we saw a Bourne film with Matt Damon in?
It's getting on for a bit, isn't it?
2007. That's going to make you feel really old. I'm 17.
Yeah.
17, man. That's crazy.
I mean, I did enjoy the first few films that Matt Damon was in. He was really, really good. It was a very engaging character. It made the spy sort of franchise feel very real. That for me especially, like the first film, he was carrying an injury for the whole of the film, wasn't he?
I love it. I love it.
Limping about.
That was Supremacy. He had like a gun and stuff. But I love them. They're so good. They're so good. One thing I will say though is Matt Damon. He's touted this project for a bit. There was a reservation of going back, leaving things good, leaving things once they're finished. We've seen some awesome trilogies, Indiana Jones, get kind of roughed up when they've brought it forward, but there's not the same kind of time gap between the movies. It's a more weary Bourne that we're going to see. He was really struggling in Ultimatum to keep up with the new sort of Jason Bournes that were coming out, and
new generation.
It was great seeing him sweating and the blood, and just he couldn't sort of keep up. He still comes out on top, but dude, did it take him out of him. So I'm interested to see. Matt Damon's also said it's going to reflect more the world that we've seen since 2007. So credit crisis, protest, turmoil, cyber warfare, stuff like this.
Kind of warfare,
it's a different type of threat that Bourne's up against. So we'll see if this old dog can learn a few new tricks. Hey, onto the what is it? Number 7, number 6?
Yes, number 7 now.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, what do you think of this one?
What's Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, it's not a lot of things have come out from there. They kind of kept their cards close to their chest on this one. Michael Fassbender looks rather great, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks awesome. I just and this is an interesting thing. Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool. I'm trying to think of a bad movie Michael Fassbender's been in. I can't think of one. The dude only seems to be able to turn out amazing. And don't say Jonah Hex. Don't say Jonah Hex.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, exactly. But since then, come on, the X-Men movies, he's been in so much. And it's all been cool. He's just a dude that seems to know a good script when he gets handed one.
Maybe that's going to be an ominous trait for what might happen. This is going to bomb.
It is a video game movie, so that's the reservation there. Mm-hmm. But if you played the games, it looks like they're sticking very close to the source material. It's about this dude in present day, Callum Lynch. He gets picked up by Abstergo, which is a shady corporation. They'll be accessing your memories to your ancestors to travel through time. So it's a really, really great concept, and one that ever since the first Assassin's Creed game launched, it's been one that you think they should make a movie about this, because it's sci-fi at a grand scale, it's just big stuff, and it's also the link to how we became mankind. When you play through the games, there's that plot line. So it's real big stuff. It questions religion, it questions the social standings, how societies are formed, historical events, how they're mistold, things like that. So there's a lot of room for a really exciting franchise to be born out of this. This one's set in Spain, but it could go anywhere. They could go to any timeline. So it's really interesting. I hope it's not another Doom or Tomb Raider movie.
Well, if it becomes a successful movie franchise, we might see movies rather than computer games, because I felt like the latest generation of computer games has been a bit sort of play to complete. Well,
it's a conversation for another time. But this is our number 6, and it's one that you're really excited about.
Yes, in particular, it's Doctor Strange, basically. This has got the potential to take the Marvel franchise into a whole new level, really. Literally different dimensions. Well, we've got Benedict Cumberbatch taking the title role. He looks amazing. I'm sure you've seen the latest photos that have been released.
Straight from the comic.
It
looks good.
Quite literally straight from the comic. And we've got Scott Derrickson. He's the director, and obviously he's off the Sinister fame.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So he's got a dab hand in the whole horror genre.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering whether that's going to rub off on this particular film, and whether we might see our first horror outing.
Marvel. That's what they're doing. They do like a different sort of genre for each film.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that sounds really good. And the villain?
The villain. So we've got Baron Mordo. And we've got another unconfirmed role, which I personally think is probably going to be Dormammu, the demon, because those two people have been sort of linked in the comics, especially.
And he's a big bad.
Yes.
I know they've cast Mads Mikkelsen, and there's been some talk about him playing the main villain, so this is another one to accompany the Baron as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's my personal view. I mean, to be honest, they've got to go for the big hitters, really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of fringe characters that people won't know about.
Yeah, you never know if you're going to make Doctor Strange 2. You never know. You
Yeah.
don't. I mean, you'd assume that this is going to be amazing. Marvel just can't stop pulling cats out the bag. So it's pretty good stuff, man. So, or is it rabbits out of the hat? Rabbits out of the hat. That's magic.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. That's a better one. But those are okay. So that's part one, man. Like, we've got some seriously... There's even more epic movies coming up in the next part. So make sure you check out that. There'll be a link in the bio. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in part 2.
See you later.
Bye.